the real lessons in life are going to keep presenting themselves to you. And I'm going to try not to over explain this too much. I'll keep this under a minute or two. I used to write a lot of stuff down. I used to write things down all the time in an effort to avoid repeating mistakes. And it's something that I've cut down on, and for the most part stopped doing altogether, because I'm realizing that's not the process that mistakes follow, so to speak. That's not the way these things work. You don't learn from your mistakes by processing them or reliving them or meditating on them. you know um I mentioned this to somebody at work today. I mentioned, I had written this down some time ago, ironically. I mentioned that understanding is an action, and it happens independently of thought, of mental activity. Understanding happens after the thinking has been done, the mental processing has been done. Which isn't to say that you have to do a lot of mental processing to understand anything. How much has to be done is really up to you. It's up to how perceptive you can be, and your perception is gonna be outside of the realm of thought. It's gonna be outside of your mind in a way. It's gonna be felt, right? It's gonna be intuitive and emotional in a way, you might say. Um, right understanding is an action, and again, processing your mistakes, writing them, whether it be through writing them down and kind of repeating it to yourself, or going back and reading it, or just kind of reliving, right? Replaying them in your head. That's not the way to do it. um you make mistakes in life, and if you're not perceptive enough to understand that you've made a mistake in a very deep way, in a very heartfelt way, you might say, then you are doomed to repeat it again, to repeat the mistake. And if the second time around you're still being hard-headed in a way, in a sense, then it's going to keep happening until this could happen once, it could happen 100 times. um it doesn't matter how many times a mistake is repeated or relived in one's mind. um there has to be a very sort of zen kind of thing going on in the mind, a real release of sorts, an unclenching, if you will. It's like when a muscle is contracted. That's not what you want going on right there. You want that muscle to be relaxed, as it were, and that's what has to be going on in your mind for you to be able to perceive, right, that a mistake has been made, and for you to be able to move forward, move past it, and hopefully not repeat it in the future.